Welcome to the Corner Perspective. Hi, I'm Bruce Spangler, CEO of the Volunteer Ministry Center, located on the corner of North Broadway and Fifth Avenue. The Volunteer Ministry Center is dedicated to ending and preventing homelessness. Today, I am privileged and honored to be with Major Cameron Henderson of the Salvation Army here in Knoxville. Welcome,
Thank you.
Cam.
Thank you so much. It's my privilege.
Well, goodness, y'all do some good work, and you've been doing it for a long time. But at the moment, I'd like to talk about some collaboration that the Salvation Army and VMC has been doing now for almost 3 years, our Foyer.
Yeah, right.
It's a low barrier housing focused shelter. But tell our viewers about where it is and
Sure.
what's happened there.
Well, it's located right at the underpass on North Broadway, just on the other side of Fifth and Broadway, and then down that hill, right at the underpass. It used to be a thrift store of ours that we closed and didn't use for a season, and became a very convenient location to serve those experiencing homelessness perhaps better than it was serving as a thrift store.
Sure.
And so you all enter in and had, I think, a wonderful idea to utilize that for a great purpose.
Yeah, the idea came out as a result of trying to figure out what was happening there under the overpass. But to be able to take a building that wasn't used at the moment and repurpose it, I do want to give a shout out or kudos to the city at the time, because they helped with the major renovations. But we also had a local church and some other folks to help. But in particular, the gift of that facility is just really impactful on our neighbors. You're right in the heart of things.
Yeah. Before moving to Knoxville, seeing some of the real difficulty of the North Broadway area and realizing that's our property is only speaks to the fact that what a perfect location. If you needed to have something there, it was the right place to do it.
Yeah.
So glad it was available.
I'm very grateful and very thankful for the collaboration as has happened at the Foyer. We serve about 150 people in a given year, and we've had about 25 to 30 to achieve housing there. So
That's
it's just
terrific.
it's been a fantastic model. But we couldn't have done it without our collaborative effort. But you know,
great.
within your DNA as the Salvation Army, you've been here a long time in Knoxville, haven't you?
We really have. We're coming up on 125 years. So 1899 was when we planted that Salvation Army flag and said we're here to serve and in the Lord's name see what we can do to serve those who are in need. So glad to have been here for a long time, and hopefully glad to be still innovating to figure out what's the need today and how do we serve in things like helping folks with an entree into being housed. And so what a neat thing, neat opportunity to work with you all.
And the Salvation Army is just known not only nationwide, of course, but worldwide for all the kinds of efforts that y'all do. What are some of those efforts?
Well, the Salvation Army worldwide has one mission. So out of London, England is where we look to as our headquarters, our international headquarters. The one mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in His name without discrimination, and that's across the whole world. And so what that means is to come into a community to say, what does this community need? Because it might look very different in Knoxville as it would look in Rio, or may it look in Texas, or in Japan or Korea. So what is the need here and today? And so in some of our African countries, there are hospitals. There are places for folks who have children, especially who have lost their limbs and might be disposable to their families or to not be able to take care of. And so that looks like a school in that area. In Jamaica, there's schools and Christian schools where people can learn. Here in the United States, each city determines what's the need. We don't need to duplicate services. What is the need here? And for us, it is to help those who are experiencing homelessness or domestic violence or in need of food or other or keeping their home, like utilities and those kinds of things, to celebrate Christmas well and to help their children get good grades and go to summer camp and all the while worship Jesus and to celebrate God as our Creator and the one who loves us and takes care of us. So.
Well, there's one of the things that has always enamored me about the Salvation Army is both your rootedness. As you said, you've been in Knoxville for 125 years almost, so you become rooted in every community. And at the same time, you're very mobile. I mean, you'll respond to natural disasters and such, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and even now, the thought is what's needed around us in maybe some of the counties that maybe need some more service or help. What's developing around us that we need to be looking at, and so we're in the process of some of that even today. Is what should we look like tomorrow? That maybe is an emerging need. So that's always the effort, as you do too. What's the need today, and how do I respond to that? Or who responds? It may not be us, but who responds to that?
Right. How can we make it happen? In essence, becomes our motto.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to work with you, and it's not only that, it is an honor to have your organization just down the road from us, and we work in a collaborative spirit. And I appreciate you bringing that to the table always, my friend.
Well, I appreciate it a lot, and I've seen the same thing. I'll just echo that as well. That the humility of service I see in you all makes it really easy to just come and say either how can we help or we need some help.
Right.
And I think that's a wonderful place to be, is when everyone just wants to work together to serve the people in need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you again.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining with me on this episode of The Corner Perspective.